Hey guys, welcome back. I see some of y'all came to see this stupid fucking video from yesterday. Can I tell you? Hang on a second, let me find me a set of the industry standard wire nipper things. I'm talking with like a fake southern accent, man. I'm about as north as you can get. Let's see. Here is guitar again. Same guitar. Same amp, same everything. I'm going to turn it up right now. I'm going to explain how this thing works. This is the neck switch. This is the bottom neck. It has its own volume control. This is the top neck. It has its own volume control. This is the pickup switch. These two pickups are identical. They're the same stupid, crummy. They are well potted. They are not particularly microphonic. Here. I'm hearing harmonics from the strings. I don't hear any squeal. I'm like right in front of this amplifier. If it was, the pickups were microphonic, I could make it feedback. The body against the amp, but no, it's not particularly microphonic. Alright, let me turn it down a little bit again so I'm merciful on the people upstairs until I have to not be. This is the pickup switch for here, for the top neck. Sucks, and there's not a lot of room here for my big fat fumbling finger. Since I have both necks on, this is the master treble control. I call that a first act amp. It's actually a monoprice. My bad. Roll it all the way down again. Bottom control here is a bass cut. Makes the guitar a little more focused sounding. Turn it down again. Mud when it's down. Put both necks on the same. Please note, I did not bother tuning these things or anything like that. This is strictly to make a point that I started to make yesterday. Okay. So if I got this neck on, get up and do this. Take this piece of acoustic foam bullshit. Literally like jam it under the fucking strings here. So there's like, the strings ain't gonna be vibrating. Let's see. Needs more. Walk with me, talk with me, children. This is being done for comedy more than anything else. For the love of physical comedy. It's not the strings resonating. That's the sound of the wood. It's being coupled to the other pickups through the wood of the body. Just we're going to take these here clippers and like this. Come on, you son of a bitch. I got the wrong glasses on. Sorry, I have glaucoma, so I don't see you. Alright. So now them pesky strings are out of the way. If I shake it, you can kind of hear them a little bit, maybe. Doesn't matter, but for all intents and purposes, we can probably effectively say that those strings aren't going to matter at all at this point. Let's see what happens. I'm doing this live. Maybe you're right. Maybe it was the strings sympathetically vibrating. Let's find out. Again. Hey! Oops, wait, I got to turn. Hey! Hey! If I crank it up enough, yes, you can get it to be microphonic. Of course, there's no string ground now because of, well, actually, that's that shit rattling over there, making it intermittent connection. Alright. So, here's the 12 string neck, right? I'm gonna put these two identical pickups on. Turning the treble up, the bass up all the way, both knobs all the way. Again, this is not everything is precisely measured kind of thing or anything like that. This is the same fucking guitar that I used yesterday with the same fucking crummy strings that have been on here. I mean, I haven't touched this guitar in probably 5 years before yesterday. Alright? So these strings ain't a big deal. I would have to change them anyway if I wanted to use them. I'm not going to cut off the fucking 12-string strings to fucking make you YouTube people happy because I'm too fucking lazy. Alright? But anyways, there's the 12-string, okay? Let's switch it to the switch string. 6-string. No strings. You hear a change in tone? There is a very minimal change in the tone, depending on which pickup I have on. Okay? Which would be expected because of the proximity of it to, the strings. Could have an effect on it. Could have to put a fucking shield over there. I don't know. I don't fucking care. The point is, to turn this up. That was interesting. Another stupid trick you can do. See that? You can put a broken string against your pickup. And I'm turning off the reverb. And putting it on the 15-watt setting. That is this pickup. Actually. This pickup. I'm turning the volume for the top knob neck off. It's not the strings doing it. What you're hearing, is literally Get the fuck over there. What you're hearing literally is the resonance of the wooden body, and it's going and transferring the vibration from one part of the body to the next part of the body. If I went and put strings on the 6-string neck and cut off all the strings on the 12-string neck, it would just do the exact same thing, only in reverse. Yeah, I mean, there's a certain amount of magnetic pickup that you're going to get. As you probably noticed, there was a significant increase in the hum when I turned the volume up on that. Because the pickups, well, for one thing, I mean, you could hear how loud the pickup was by the strings rattling against the fucking things. It was kind of unnerving and annoying and shit. But the thing is, you're hearing the sound of the guitar, because the pickups are transducers. And yes, these are the cheap ceramic piece of shit humbuckers. They're really high gain. That's the only reason that they were in there. That came with the thing, other than the neck pickup on the 6-string neck, which is an old Shaler off an old Kramer I used to have. You're hearing literally the pickups picking up the sound of the body and the neck and the strings, everything. Having the huge body helps make it more obvious because it's going to be more sensitive to the vibration. So, I mean, yeah, you can yell through it. I mean, it was like, I didn't yell through it as hard as I did yesterday because it was like pointless. The point is, you are hearing every aspect of your guitar when you play that thing. You're hearing your pickups. You're hearing the wood. You're hearing the effects of the size of the loads that you have on those pickups, depending on the size of the pots that you use in terms of value. With 1 meg letting more treble through than a 500K or a 250K, for instance. Okay? It depends on the capacitor value more than the type. I mean, old capacitors that are leaking have a tendency to have a bit more of a muffly effect on the thing. But, I mean, there's ways that you can put a low pass and a high pass filter on one pot so that when the pot's all the way up, it's effectively out of the circuit if you wanted to. There's all kinds of things that you can do, but every aspect of that guitar matters. The wood, the tuners, the strings, the bridge, the pickups, how it's all put together. That's why all guitars sound different. If it wasn't for the wood, which is the contributing main factor to guitars sounding different and playing different and looking different, it wouldn't matter, because no matter what guitar you played, they would all sound virtually, literally identical. Most of us can tell the difference between a Telecaster or, say, a Les Paul. You know, usually you can tell when there's a Stratocaster involved. It depends, of course, on the combination of pickups and all that kind of crap, and processing if you use it. I don't personally, I mean, I spent years designing and building boxes for people and devices and things. I don't even fucking use them. It's like I use an amp. I don't even care if there's tubes in it. Give me distortion and reverb and I'm good. I can get my sound out of almost anything, you know? But most of it comes down, ultimately, not in the end, to what kind of wood it is, or what kind of strings it is, or what kind of pickups it is. It comes down to what the musician driving the whole mess is. If you have enough distortion where you look at it in an audio editing program and it looks like a freaking sausage because it's just completely square waved off and compressed, yeah, you're not going to hear much nuance of anything other than the strings driving whatever your distortion devices are. And I understand it's a perfectly valid tone for a lot of people. But the thing is, man, is it's like the rest of us that don't look for this, that, you know, 5,000% distortion, usually we can actually hear these things. True, you might not be able to tell the difference between oak and alder and maple and mahogany. Sometimes you can. Depends, again, on the kind of guitar, the kind of pickups, the entire rig, the entire setup. Okay? That's not the point. The point is that that body is what ties everything together. If you took away that solid body thing, effectively what you would have would be you would have a guitar that sounds like a banjo. Because without the body to act as a soundboard, like on an acoustic guitar, and without the body to provide the sustain that the guitar gets, literally, you would have the sound of a banjo. Banjos don't sustain. That's why they have that loud percussive thing. I mean, basically, it's a guitar neck strapped onto a drum. It's an amazing instrument. I don't understand how anybody can play the goddamn things, because I sure as hell can't. But that's irrelevant. The wood matters. I don't give a fuck what kind of wood it is. Honestly, it's like, I've got Firebirds that I built. I've gotten one that's made completely out of alder and one that's mahogany, and they don't sound anything at all alike. I mean, they got the same fucking pickups on them, the same hardware. I mean, I built one as a clone of my original because I didn't want to take my 1966 one out for gigs anymore. It all comes down ultimately to all the guitars that I've ever played in my entire life sound different. And the thing that makes them all sound the same is ultimately the player. I'm laying out there. Y'all have a good one. Peace, many blessings, and until next time, Jimmy Photon out.